Hey guys, had a whole bunch of questions about the lock lab, asking for a tour of the lock lab, so I thought this is as good a time as any to do it. So anyway, here's kind of an overview. We're going to go over pretty much everything that you see here. A lot of lock stuff. I generally do all of my hobbies, and I generally just come out here to get away from the family, if you know what I mean. Anyway, you guys have suffered through hours of listening to the 3D printer. So there's the 3D printer sitting right next to the door. Laptop, so if I respond to you guys or watch your videos and send you comments, usually it's from right there, sitting right there. I come out here, like I said, to get away from everybody. This part is what I call my shipping station. These are packages going out, so you see how good a shape they're in. I usually send about 10 of these a week. Envelope full of stuff. And this is the arrival department. As things come in, I kindly sequence them. When I start working across, I try to do things in a fairly logical manner. Sometimes I screw up, but I usually try to pick the easy locks out, and then I ignore the hard locks. They go right to the nasty pile. On the top here, you'll see more key stuff. I got away packages, particularly send them overseas. We got a hurdy-gurdy, my foil impression kit. We got a dimple bump kit. Down on the bottom here we have other pinning kits. This is Asa Abloy. We got some tricky pins here that were sent from, I think from Denmark. We have an American rebuild kit and American pinning kit. So pretty good assortment of stuff up inside of there. And I think for the first time you're seeing the place where we video from. I just wanted to give you an idea of how this is laid out. My tripod, about a foot tall, kind of gives me a good angle. And then the way I arrange it, I generally keep my vise off to the side. I don't want to bring it in unless I have to pick something. And then all my pinning trays are there so I can get at them pretty quickly. Along the top I keep all of the tools that I might need. I can grab them quickly without having to run across the lab to find them somewhere else. A little bit off camera, I always keep my full kit in case I need to grab something that's kind of unusual. A place of honor, I'm right-handed. I keep this right next to my right hand. That's really important. All the stuff that you guys send in to me, I kind of keep that lined up there, and a couple of postcards from Poland and such over there on the side. And then the locks that I'm working on, you guys have probably seen them kind of stacked up there in the back. I don't work on those in any particular order, but those are the ones that are kind of driving me crazy. And this is the angle you guys usually see. But anyway, that's the rest of it. As we move down here, I keep some weird tools. I got some bypass tools. I got some security torque stuff. Isn't used very often, but occasionally. I don't really collect anything. Usually anything that comes into the lab, I pick it and I send it out to you guys. I recycle, I guess. Except this one. I call this Rucomania, and that's because a good friend of mine, Michael, who lives in Denmark, which is where all of these are made, sent me all of this stuff, and I just accumulated it, rebuild these things, and Rucos are my bane. These are my kryptonite. He sent me all of these keys. These are just regular keys. They don't go to anything, but I can make bump keys, or I can pin up locks to fit those. Just incredibly generous. I got another box of locks Michael also sent to me. Anyway, that's that. My pinning station is right here. This is a box of just stuff I've picked, and again, I'm not a collector, but I hate to give things away unless I get a good trade. So anyway, there's some of that stuff. Pinning area right here. This is mostly for Schlage. All the standard locks, I pin them up right here. Off in the corner, inside of this Kennedy toolbox, all the drawers are filled up with just a variety of picks. Usually, I break a lot of picks around here, so when I buy things, I usually buy them in packs of 10. And when something starts showing wear, or somebody makes a comment about how bent up it is, I generally would throw it away and grab one of the new ones. Got all kinds of tensioning tools, stuff I've made, stuff you guys have sent in for testing. On the bottom I've got some more complete kits, wire, shrink tubing, again stuff I've made, just all kinds of stuff. All the Chinese junk goes over there. It was expensive, I don't use it, but I don't have the heart to throw it away. A variety of tension wrenches for weird locks, some more backup WD-40, and then this is my best collection. All the best parts and keys go there. I'm going to back up a little bit. You can see the rack of shame. This is my naughty rack of padlocks, and I've been asked to do a review of my naughty bucket, so I'm going to break it up. I'm going to do all the padlocks probably in the next few days. As we move over here, well, we'll come back to that. Move over here. This is the grinding station where I make all of my picks. So I got two of them. I keep two of them going at the same time. Kind of one for buffing, one for cleaning up. All the tooling, I kind of try to keep it organized here. This is my old vise. So I keep everything labeled and according to size, so if I need it I can get it quick. So that's what that's for. All those tools are for this. We have the lathe. You guys have suffered through that. You watched me damn near chop my finger off one time. We got a milling machine, we got a built-in lathe, and then over here all the tooling goes inside of there. Most of it anyway. Getting back to this side, this really doesn't have a lot of lock picking. This is where all my radios, antennas, and lithium cell batteries go for my quadcopters, which is my other hobby, or FPV. We got a drill in case you want to drill a hole in my hand. You guys I think have seen that. We don't clean up around here, but my wife bought that in case we ever wanted to. FPV is an antenna tracker. And then on this, I got to give you guys credit. This is a fairly new workbench. The old one was made out of wood on wheels, and every time I hammered it, everything would kind of shake like there was a huge earthquake. And you guys, I never noticed it. I mean, it worked for me, but you guys talked about how unsafe it was, and so you shamed me, and I built this. This is probably the only Corian workbench. I bought this at a recycling center, and then I just designed the frame out of 4x4s to fit my piece of Corian. So it kind of worked out really well. Again, another one of these magnetic tool holders. I find that really handy to keep stuff. It doesn't get lost on the bench, just keeps everything pretty neat. I got a bunch of files, impressioning files. I do impressioning here in the vise as well. If I want to grind something, I started out with one, and now all of a sudden I'm up to, I got about 6 of these things, and I just keep a different bit in them so I don't have to keep changing bits all the time. Getting over here, we have all the extra aluminum stock, steel, tubing. If I want to make something, that's where that comes from. And then cat litter, obviously got a cat. Moving over here for you guys who really are interested in quadcopters, there's a S500. And then this one is a Discovery Pro. It's kind of a cool quadcopter. Electronics, all the little small parts, small antennas, junk like that. Back to lock picking. We get over here, we got a Pro 1. All the bits for it. We got, let's see, on the top here is a continuation of the box of shame. And again, I'll cover these in detail in a later video. These are all Euro cylinders that I have not been able to open. And then over here, primarily mortise cylinders. I got a couple of lever padlocks over here. Have not been able to open. I'll detail those in a later video. Not any. I don't think there's any American locks over here, except maybe 1 or 2 Sargents. But there are some American locks in the pile. And there you go. I also have key cutting stuff. So if I want to make, all these are my assortment of keys. Got a couple of key cutting machines underneath here, all manual. Nothing too fancy. And that, fellas, is pretty much it. I think that's the Lock Lab. Oh, we got another airplane. I don't know if I showed you that one. And then we have a huge drone hanging over there, 6-foot wingspan. FPV's got 3 cameras on it. Anyway, not lock picking. You don't care. I got it. All right, fellas. Thanks for your time. Everybody stay safe and stay from the Lock Lab. Stay legal.